Hello, Shai. Thank you very much for having us here at RGSC, beautiful and wonderful office. It is really a pleasure to be here with you. We spent the entire week together throughout China. We visited several cities in China, and the idea for us to come here was to understand how can we innovate the drill and blast industry, and you showed us how that is possible, and it makes really sense to have an interview with you and show a little bit what you and RGSC is doing to the industry. So thank you for having us here, and I will start to ask, who are you? Who is the background of RGSC? So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Tony Shai, and I'm here. Just my title is RGSC International Business Business Leader. Yeah, you can just consider it just as a director. My title is International Business Director, and RGSC. I just started my job here 5 years ago, and I just joined in the explosive market for the RGSC. And at first, when I was a new guy here, I didn't know a lot of the explosive market because at first it was dealing with explosives, some powders, some pyrotechnics. I don't know much about these chemicals. But later, I just realized that this is a market. It is a combination of electronics and the explosive. And that is to say, in China, from 2018, the regulation said that in 5 years, all the non-electric detonator and electric detonator must be phased out, and the electronic detonator shall be the only product in China. That is to say, currently in China, it is 2023. Currently, the electronic detonator is the only kind of detonator in China. This is a very quite big change in China because globally, currently there are 3 kinds of detonators. The electric detonator is used, and the non-electric is used quite well also. But in China, the electronic detonator is the only kind of detonator. And for China, the electronic detonator is kind of different from the electronic detonator we use globally, because in China there is one important role for electronic detonator is that the government shall control.
It's mandatory.
Yes, it is mandatory, and in some way it can just trace all the life cycle for the products. This is also very important.
And tell me something. What is the RGSC core business? So what do actually the company what company produces? What are their main products that will support what you just mentioned?
RGSC is a company. It is established in China in 2011, and our president, Mr. Li, he had his first career job in 1995. That is to say, at the beginning of his career, he started his own career, and the first business was about IoT devices, the PDAs, and this is the starting of our business. And from the year 2008, we just learned that globally there is one kind of interesting product which is called the electronic detonator. And at that time also we learned that in China the first electronic detonator was just exploded by Orica and the EXPL. And at that time there was no electronic detonator produced in China.
So you were the first one producing electronic detonators in China?
Not exactly, but we are the first one to study on the technologies on it. And from the year 2011, yes, we just had this company established. We just built up our R&D team. We just had our first version of chips to be researched on, and developed our second generation of chips and the third generation of chips. And of course, in China, the steps of the development is very quickly.
So you design the chips, but only the chips, or you have other things that you develop to support that technology, like blast machines or loggers. You also do this kind of technology?
Yes. The chips for the electronic detonator, it is kind of what which we call the ASIC chips.
Okay.
It is just for the application for dedicated area of the products. That is to say, we must design our own blasting machines, our own logger, and our own blasting platforms for
Okay.
the chips. And also, we will develop the PCBA for the products. Yeah,
Okay.
and we need to control every process of the manufacturing of the assembling process of the products.
And now that you are talking about the assembly part, you also do this, or you sell the chip to other companies to assemble the explosive part of the detonator, or you also do this kind of practice?
Coming back to the topic of chips, yes, we design the chips ourselves.
Okay.
But in China, we do not manufacture wafer. We do not do the packaging and the testing ourselves. We just design our ASIC chips, and we outsource the wafer manufacturing to the third-party partners, and also we outsource our packaging and the testing of the jobs to other third-party partnerships. And also, we just have our other components of the PCBA purchased from the third party. Then we assemble our own PCBA in China. There's one important factor we just control here because we are dealing with explosive market. It is a market for the safety and the security. We must make sure that the product must meet the safety requirement for the end users because life is important for us.
And what you are saying is very important. I was going to ask something about that. We understand that this was a mandatory regulation from the market, but in fact, I think everybody knows that the electronic detonators bring some benefits to the industry. In your opinion, what kind of benefits we have by passing from a non-electric or electric detonator to an electronic detonator?
In China, the benefits, the electronic detonator have a lot of benefits. The first important of all, the milliseconds for the timing. This is one of the most important benefit for the product. Just as I can see in Optical Plus software for the electronic detonator, we can just make the timing for the milliseconds for each hose. Yeah, and I think this is the first important benefit. And I think secondly, the electronic detonator in China, it can just make the government to trace the product. That is to say, this is a kind of safety product, or we can call it a security product because it contains the pyrotechnics, it contains powder explosive. And if this product just go the wrong way, there will be risk in the society, in the social life. So when our government, our public security administration just take advantage of the electronic detonator and make it can be traced by the platform and the system. Then we know for each detonator's identifications, and we know where it is, and when it is to be used on the bench, the public security administration
will know.
Will know. They will send the password for the product, and then the product can be ignited.
Okay.
Yes.
No, and definitely that is very important for the homeland security and for the global, for the total world security. And but this kind of technology demands a lot of innovation, and I saw from in your manufacturing plants that you went through a giant process of making the ship smaller, more efficient, more safer. And I'm seeing on the wall that you practice the concept of collaborative innovation here at RGSC. How you address innovation here in your company? how you foster that innovation, how you foster this collaborative innovation inside your walls.
Yeah, yeah. This is a good topic, I think. And firstly, we are not just to make the innovation ourselves. We just make some innovation with our partners. For example, we just have some innovation based on the geographic patterns. For example, our product can be traced via GPS. Yeah, and there is geofencing for the product. If you want to know where your product is, you can just trace your product via our blasting machine. This is innovation. Just we collaborate with the GPS
Okay.
players. And there's one other example I would like to share with you. It is about the big data system. We just now have it for our quality control system. Because this big data system, it is a system that all the components information shall be collected.
Okay.
And during our assembling process, during our manufacturing process, all the components data shall be collected here. That is to say, if there's some problem, just we will come across in the future for the product, so we can trace back all the components, and then we can know where the batch number, we can know the manufacturing data for the product. Then, yeah, this is left circle control for the product.
All right. And internally, I also asked this question. So, how you work for each product? You have a team for each product, and this team really deep dives into the development of each product, or you have one team that is responsible for several products along the company, just to understand how is the innovation inside the company itself.
Okay, all right. And this part, actually, we have a very professional guy whose name is Dr. Ji, and Dr. Ji is our other team leader. And for his team, there's only one team. It is just like a project manager team.
Okay.
And there's one technology coordinator inside his team. And if there is queries from our customer or there is some questions from our customer, we will just evaluate whether this can be a project.
Okay.
If it is can be a project, then we will just put resource into it to evaluate the timeline and make the change to come true.
So you constantly are changing the product, updating the product.
Correct.
That is a very important topic around innovation, definitely. And to finalize our talk today, I want to give us your vision about the future of the industry, the mining industry, drill and blast industry, or explosive industry. What you see that is our future?
Okay, I think I would like to take this topic into two parts, and the first part is for China, and the second part is for overseas.
Okay.
For out of China, that is to say, for China, the explosive industry is kind of different from that globally, because this is an industry that something is mandatory. As you know that the government, IIT, is controlling the capacity, and the Public Security Administration is controlling the life cycle of the products here. And previously, they just made the regulation that all the products shall be electronic detonator.
Okay.
But you know that for end users, they are not fully get advantage of the electronic detonator. And in the future, we will just collaborate with some companies like Output Blast, and we will take use of the Output service, and we will combine the technology of Output Blast with our electronic detonator modules and our blasting machines. We will integrate all this information together and all the innovation together. We just make good use of the electronic detonator for the end users. We will train them, we will foster the habit for them, and then I think then the China market for the explosive and the electronic detonator shall be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other part is the global market for the electronic detonator and explosive market. I think globally, currently there are quite a number of the big players like Orica, like that before, like Austin and Dano from America. Yeah, all these are big players globally. I think for them, the innovation is on the way. For example, for Orica, the WebGen 200 is published to the market, and then I think this wireless detonator can help a customer to solve some problems. Though the price is high, but the value I think brought by this kind of products, it is quite good for
Tremendous.
the customer. It is very value-oriented product. Yeah, I think the innovation is important and for the whole explosive market globally. And in the future, I think some companies like Opus Blast and also RGSC, we will take advantage of the customer requirement and also take advantage of the new technology. Yeah, and let's work together to make a better future of the explosive market.
I think it's a good message to work together to build a better future. Tony and Tony Shai, thank you very much for this interview. Thank you very much for the week you had with us, and I hope to see you next year at the World Blasting Innovators
Absolutely.
event. It's going to be a pleasure to host you in Portugal. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.